Did you see that you were talking about documentaries? The Vince McMahon documentary got announced. Did you see that? Scheduled
Yes,
for
yeah.
September 25th. And Cody Rhodes was asked about it actually today after the pay per view, and was asked about like what the whoever the person was saying like why has the locker room been so silent on this stuff, and are you going to watch the documentary? And he said, well, I have a lot of Game of Thrones I still got to watch, but he's like, I'll probably, he handled it very professionally. Cody did. But then he said, in regards to the locker room and the Vince accusations and stuff, he's like, I don't think it's a matter of belief versus non-belief. I think it's strictly speaking, we want to be doing what we're doing out there and the focus and attention it takes. 13,149 people to have a great story and to have a great match and to do that every single night has left most of us where we're finding the information out just as you are, and that includes the resolution of this information in terms of what happened, how it happened, and how justice comes about, whatever it may be. I wouldn't look at it as an active attempt from the locker to be silent in the attempt. We just are doing what we do day to day WWE business. So Cody kind of took the helm. Triple H wasn't there today, but he was asked about that. And but yeah, Rob, you gonna check out the documentary, and I think that's just a pretty good way to handle it if you're in Cody's position too. By the way, so just
Yeah,
what are your
yeah,
thoughts on that?
I will. I will check it out. I'm looking forward to it. I watched Lee Cole's podcast, whereas he kind of went into expectations of what he thinks they'll cover and what they won't cover, and looking at it from that view, it's taken some of my intrigue away. Just some of the points that he's made. It's kind of taken me from a "ooh, this is gonna be good" to maybe being more like, yeah, they might, just tell, like this and this, and probably not going to cover that and that, but who knows, maybe. But it's probably, I don't know. He made a lot of good points, and I hope that it's like, most documentaries where you learn a lot that you didn't know, or can at least feel like you do watching it. And I'm looking forward to it. They did contact me a couple times actually about uh, participating in the interviews, and it wasn't something that I opted to do. Wasn't a choice that would be conducive with my position in the business, in the industry. So I passed, and I told them I look forward to seeing it, and I do. And I hope that they cover a lot of different grounds instead of just jumping to the main pillars of whatever story they choose to tell.
Yeah. So from what I've heard about it, they like do talk about like the so it started off. I think the documentary plan started off in 2020, so like early during COVID or whatever, and then they were just gonna cover Vince McMahon's rise to WWE fame and all that, and running this company, and then the allegations kind of broke out, and then they talk about the journalists that get involved with it. But I know Bill Simmons is at the helm of it, who worked with ESPN, and now he does his own thing with The Ringer. And I know he's friends with Nick Khan as well, who's the WWE CEO. So, but
Who's the guy that did Tiger King? He's part of
yeah,
this too.
Chris Smith is the director's name that he's done that with Tiger King.
And now
So,
that chimp movie, that chimp document, Chimp Crazy.
oh,
Oh,
there's
you don't know about that?
no, I don't know about that. Ooh, what's that? Mm, I'll have to check that out.
Yeah, it's on my recommended list.
Okay, Chimp Crazy. I'll have to look at that. But yeah, so it sounds like they will be covering this stuff, but I think a lot of and they got a lot of different interviews. They said from a lot of wrestlers and different people, relatives of Vince, I think, and
Yeah,
so
I think about early scandals where he was involved because he's the boss, and he actually used to do talk shows, right? Like the
right,
Geraldo show and Merv Griffin, whatever he did. Um, because he couldn't help but be involved just because he was the face of the company. But I can see where the movie might not show that stuff because it wasn't his scandal or something that he was getting blamed for as far as the misconduct. It was more maybe just covering it up and continuing to operate with people that shouldn't be there, you know? So I could see where some of that stuff would be, but I don't know. You know, I could see where some of that, when you make a movie and you tell a story and you streamline it and you got to make sure every scene moves your story forward, what story are they going to tell? It's not going to be every last little thing that you ever heard about Vince. That's not going to be the story, you know?
Right.